You are in the grotto with 3 men in the basement. I am your host, Otto. I have Roger Levesque. I have Nemesis Prime. Coming up, we have a great show planned. 60 minutes of comic talk, real comic talk by real comic collectors. We got boxes of CGC stuff, so stay tuned for our show. Here we go.
Banded together from remote galaxies are 13 of the most sinister villains of all time, the Legion of Doom. Dedicated to a single objective, the conquest of the universe. Only one group dares to challenge this intergalactic threat.
All right, what is up, everybody? I thought I screwed that up. So, we've been planning this show for a while, man, and here we are. It's Friday night. The Yankees are on. Go Yanks.
Go Yanks.
Justin was not with the Lords of the Long Box the other night. You had some technical difficulties on Movements Alpha. What happened, man?
Power outage. Teletran 1 just like wiped out after the storm here in Jersey.
Got wiped out. So what we're going to do is before we get started, we're going to pay some bills. We're going to go over some of our sponsors. Justin, who do we have for some of our sponsors right now?
Well, what do we got? I mean, we got our boy, of course, CGC Blue Label Comics. I mean, absolutely. What else other than BJ Ray? I mean, you can find him on Instagram at CGC Blue Label Comics, or check out his website at bluelabelcomics.com.
Absolutely. And I thought I loaded the Geeky Swag Shop's logo in there, but shout out to Geeky Swag Shop.
Yeah,
June.
it was good to see him yesterday.
He came to Dakota's last night. If you saw my Instagram post, he came to the restaurant, hung out with me and Roger.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Yeah, it was cool. He gave us something else to give away for our 900 sub giveaway. So please check out the 900 sub giveaway. Find out how to enter it. It's one of our last 3 videos. He gave us a cool statue. Maybe once we get started, we get more viewers. I'll show you guys what that is. But we've had a great weekend. It's New York City Comic Con. I did not go. Roger did not go. But in true 3 men of fashion, we sent you, Justin.
Of course.
Of course. Tell us all about it.
Well, it is. I was there day one. Hopped on the train in Jersey at about 7:30. I was in there at like 8:45. I did a quick live show on Instagram showing off the DC booth. It's really nice. DC, every year, they always have whatever the movie that's either upcoming or either coming out that year or coming out the next year. This year is obviously Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey. So they had all the costumes in the cases. So you saw like Huntress, 2 different versions of Harley. Black Canary was really cool. Of course, if you stop by the DC Universe booth, they gave us some pins. They're doing like green screens. They're showing off all the action figures that are coming out, Funko Pops for DC, statues. It's great. Past that, of course, me and Dave in the Cave running around looking for.
Dave in the Cave was there. I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. We literally spent all Thursday with CGC walking around, getting signatures. J. Scott Campbell, Art Germ, who else? Gillian Marsh, you name it. I mean, we were there. I mean, you saw, if you haven't seen our preview video, check that out, because that's what's most important.
Awesome. It's been a lot of fun. So, yeah, so good stuff. So when are you going back?
Tomorrow, I am going back with my boy Eric Martin's 1320 Comics on Instagram. Check him out. He's an artist, local artist. Pretty much just going to finish up my CGC stuff. I got one more sketch to pick up, close out my invoice, and then I can enjoy the show finally. And then I'll also be back there Sunday. But you know what? It's great. I love the IG community. I ran into so many people. Of course, our boy Very Gary Comics had a booth. He was there. Of course, Gem Mint, Dennis 4 Comics, BK Comics and Beers was there. Chris Boomerangos was there. I mean, it's so nice to just run into everybody. You know, I was wearing my Lord shirt. Tomorrow I'll be representing the 3 Men in the Basement shirt. So if you guys see me, please say what's up. It's good. It's such a good time just getting the whole community together like that, especially when they just see you out of thousands of people. It's so awesome just to like, hey, you know, and they know exactly who you are and you know who they are. So it's good. It's a good time.
Absolutely. I agree. And I'll tell you, man, I'm very jealous because I see everybody posting stuff. People's got their pictures together, you know, all that stuff. And just really jealous of it. I'm glad you had a good time, man. So really cool stuff. Now, what were you there for? Like, were you what did you buy?
Well, let me just I'll throw this on to me so I get bigger screen. So, of course, I always say I never buy books at a show. Never buy books at a big con. So, my boy John from Jam Comics, you can find him on Instagram at Jam Comics, made me an awesome deal. So, of course, hoarding the Nova ones, we are telling you about it. So, of course, Nova ones, picked up those 2. And then I stopped at the, of course, the DC booth, and they have their foil cover. So this is actually really cool. This is the DC foil cover for Harley Quinn 66. This is reminiscent of the Harley Quinn Birds of Prey. So it's all the actresses who are going to be in the movie.
Yep.
That's really nice. So actually, I picked up 2 of those. One I'm sending out to my boy Cody, Code Comics on Instagram. Picked up the Art Germ, the final foil that Art Germ did of the Batman Returns Catwoman. Very pretty. I haven't even taken out of these bags. I should probably actually get them into Mylar. And the other one that I picked up was the connecting cover for Harley and Ivy. Am I doing this? Yeah. So Harley and Ivy.
Oh, those are dope.
Yeah, done by Art Germ. I was thinking about cutting these open and having Art Germ sign them and slab them up because these are very nice compared to the regular ones. So, yep, that's my pickups just on day 1. So, we'll see what happens after what I look at tomorrow.
Yeah, let me give a shout out to everybody in the live chat right now. We got Mr. Comics 89. We got Friend of 3 Men in the Basement, David the Cave. We got Matt Forge. I was hooking up. We got Javier Salas. What's up? Sith Lordly was tailgating for a little bit. Who else do we have? I saw Burke Nasty. I said Burke Family, now Burke Nasty. Little act of kindness. He did a video on it. I rescued an old Power Ranger figure still in the box from my in-laws' house. Forgot which one it was, but the minute I saw it, I said, listen, I'm not going to let this thing get thrown out. I said, Burke's a cool dude. He's a Power Rangers fan. I snatched it up, threw it down to him. Didn't tell him what it was, so I had to wait a little bit. So hope the suspense was good. He did a great video for it, so shout out to you, brother. Amazing Asian just got one of our giveaways. It was one of our winners on that. Discovery Bay, as always, thank you for all the work that you're doing. He's so good now, man. I don't even have to call him. I don't even have to text him and tell him we're doing a show. He just shoots me that thing and says, hey, man, you're in the lineup, so thank you very much for you do right there.
Thanks a lot.
Absolutely. And guys, tonight during the show, we are selling 3 Men in the Basement shirts. We are going to do $20 shipped tonight. So if you're interested in one of the red variants, this is the ultra variant because it is
spelled
variant.
It's been Hillmanized.
That's right. So instead of sending it to Ethiopia, we grabbed a few. So those are ultra variants. Those are not for sale, but we do have some of the comic spots for sale. So in the comments,
printer error.
Yeah, printing error. Yeah. So, we're going to be selling those, during the show. So comment in the comments if you're interested, or hit me up on Instagram if you're interested in a shirt. We love seeing everybody rocking the 3 Men in the Basement shirt. So we got about 25 people in the chat right now. I'm going to give a giveaway right off the rip. All right. I'm going to give away these 2 books, and I believe these were from my boy Mel B, who's no longer on Instagram. He gave me these 2 books right here. These are the Deceased 1 and 2 variants. Justin, who did it? You know who did it?
Oh, come on! How do you not know that? Francesca Mattina is running all those.
Mattina, but I haven't been on my Mattina game, but this has got Mattina written all over it.
Looks just like another cover.
It's so. Here's the question for you guys to get this. And Justin, you got to monitor the live chat.
Absolutely.
New York City is going on right now in the live chat. The first person to comment, when was the first New York City Comic Con? These books will be yours.
What year?
What year? What did I say? What year? What year was the first New York City Comic Con? And you will be winners because I'm all about the giveaways. I'm all about getting stuff out there. And I know you guys sub our videos up. You
give you a hint. It's not 2019.
Yeah, that's right. This is not the first year.
It's the best I can do.
Yeah. So.
Oh, Danny Lee got it.
Danny Lee got it already?
2006.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Danny Lee, congratulations. So,
way to go, Iron Fist.
Yeah, Danny Lee. So Danny Lee's got it. Danny, hit me up on Instagram or Everett_Otto, or hit me up in the comments and I'll find you. So send me your address. I'll get these books out to you. I hope to get them out in a few days. We got a real busy weekend with life and stuff like that. But Danny Lee is the winner.
We have a life.
Let's a little bit of it.
Really belongs to our kids, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So Danny Lee is the winner of the first giveaway.
Yeah.
Okay. Giveaway. So we have been getting in boxes and boxes of CGC books. And in true 3 Men in the Basement fashion, we have not checked the grade. Okay? We have not. So we, honest to God, have literally five,
and I have this one.
A reholder. So we have, we have 6 boxes.
And if the reholder comes back less than when I sent it in,
okay,
I'm walking out.
All right, so tell us the story.
We can have the rest
so
of
this is a rehold. Reholds don't get regraded.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. Who's they?
You.
No, yeah.
You and Justin.
You're friends.
But
All
I
right.
just have a bad feeling.
All right. So
No.
this book was a what?
Yeah, it was a 9.8.
Okay, tell us about it. Because every book has a story.
Yeah, it's a
We'd love to
9.8,
talk
and
about
it's
that.
Amazing Spider-Man 700 reprint, the Doc Ock ASM 300 cover swipe. And as you well know, I'm up to over 60 now ASM 300 cover swipes. So whenever I can grab a 9.8 to match my ASM 300, I do. And I had this was a great price. I think it was on Justin. I think you sent me this link on Instagram, right?
Okay.
Someone was
Possibly,
selling it. All right, Brooklyn Nets.
All right.
All right.
All right. So
All
it
right,
did come back.
So my first non-disappointment. It came back.
Yeah. 9.8. There we go. All
This is
right.
the book.
I'll give you a little karate chop on that because you got it back. And you got the Spider-Man label.
Yes, I paid extra for the
You
Spider-Man
don't even
label.
remember that.
That's right. I forgot about it. Now I got to rehold the 9.8 ASM 300.
Move it a little bit to the left. Yeah, there you go. It's kind of.
Can't.
There you go.
I can't see it because the screen's.
Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
we're good right there.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah, I got a great deal on it. But when I got it from Instagram, there was a crack in the case. So I said, "What the hell?" I brought it.
Check out the.
I brought it to TERRIFICON and got the Spider-Man label, which is pretty cool. So now I'm gonna have to do the rest of them,
Yeah, that's really cool. So
which sucks because I didn't think about that.
no. Well,
I gotta send my ASM 300 9.8 in for
so
a
there's
Spider-Man label.
There's the Spider-Man right over there. That's really cool. Awesome. Congratulations.
All
You got your
right,
first 9.8.
look at that first
It's a great way
9.8.
to start for
It's a
you.
rehole, and if
Yeah.
it comes back anything else, call shenanigans.
All right. So let's do the box that Justin sent us.
Which one was that one?
That's the one that has Justin's handwriting. It's like Christmas down here, you guys. Man, we got so many boxes.
This one?
And we've had these boxes. My mailman, my local mailman, shout out to
This one?
Tito. Yes. He's like, dude, what are you getting? I'm like, dude, this is everything. More importantly, the Warrior Queen, my wife, is like, how much are you spending? I'm like, I spent it back in August. And she's looking at me like, yeah, you're full of shit. But, yeah. So this book.
I don't know what's in here.
Oh, Ryan. Hey, Justin, did you see Ryan in the live chat? Darkside Jedi he said, what's up? And we gave him no love.
Oh,
Oh, where?
All right. We do have the Dark Lord himself.
I just saw that.
Okay.
Hey, man, TiVo.
So maybe a TiVo.
All right, so these are our Crane books. Is that what these are?
They are your Crane books. I would probably turn that box over because well, I mean, actually, you could do it from that side because they don't have the grades on that side. You just don't know the book until you.
All right. So I don't even know what I have in here.
Me neither.
I have two Creighton Clane.
Yeah, say that fast.
Creighton Clane
Oh my
Justice League variants.
Clayton. His name is Clayton.
What did I say? Creighton?
Creighton.
All right. Clayton Crane variants, the Justice League ones, to go with my Brave and the Bold 28.
Okay, so here's the problem we have.
Yes.
Ever and I both submitted the same book and didn't think this through.
This is a problem.
So I touch my nose first. I get the highest grade no matter what.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I'll do it. So
we might have a brawl here
Yes.
if we go to the basement.
all right, so why don't we do? So I have two Venom First hosts.
Okay.
Those are the ones on top. You
Okay.
want to pull those
Yeah, I'll
out?
pull
You got to
those
cover the middle because all the
All
grades
right,
are.
all right. So
I mean,
Venom First Host.
yeah.
We have this is the Venom First Host. This is dope. All right. Now what are you thinking?
Come on, man. I mean, brand new. I got it from the store. It stayed in the box, stayed in the bag in the board, and I brought it in. So
There we go.
9.96.
You got it, baby.
Yeah, baby.
You are off the sky right there.
Good way to start the
We gotta
show.
start the
I don't got a
show.
karate chop,
You
but
don't have to karate
at least
chop
I don't
it.
have to. That's beautiful. That is beautiful.
That's right there. There you go. So never even opened, never touched.
No. Oh yeah, that's the Virgin
nice.
one too.
And purple. Yeah, we'll show that
purple
off
ink
right there.
signature,
So the cover is black, obviously, you guys.
black
But
and purple.
black, but he's got his signature up in purple right here.
I didn't realize until after we submitted these, and I went to his booth and had him sign something else.
Yeah.
That for $5 more, I could have got the rainbow signature.
Really?
That would have been pretty cool.
That
on
would've been
that.
pretty cool, but that's still dope though.
Yeah.
Congrats. All right, you're off the slide. They
All
like
right.
you at CGC.
Look, now they are. They just heard.
He's just thinking, Brittany McMahon's heard your cries. All right.
All right.
Here we go. Another
Next
one right here.
Yeah, I believe it's the
So
red cover.
then we have the red cover. All right.
Let's hope it's linear. I mean, what we
Okay. So red cover, signature series, yellow label. Oh, and it's actually a Sigs in blue right there. So Roger, you're looking at a.
Ah.
it can
All
only-
right.
it can
What
only
are you
last
gonna do?
so long.
What are you gonna do? It's still up in the 9s. 9.4 is not that bad. It's still a good
9.4.
book to have.
But I think you
See
got
that
the better of the
signature.
books in the 9.8.
Yeah, the Virgin.
Okay. So
Yeah, definitely virgins are always better in 9/8 than trade dress.
Oh, he's got the blue on the bottom. That's pretty cool. All right, not a bad way to start the show. Let's get the 9.8 out of the way. Now the rest of them are all going to be downhill.
No, there you go.
9.8 to 9.4. The next one's a 9.0.
Okay. So now
we got the.
how many books are in there right now?
There's 3 books in here.
Okay.
All Justice League number 1s.
All right.
You submitted 1.
I submitted 2.
You submitted
the
2.
Virgin.
Yeah, and I only submitted the Virgin.
Correct. All right. So let's
see.
Oh, this is gonna be. You are
okay. So this one's yours.
Okay.
Because it's not the Virgin.
It's not the Virgin. We know that 'cause it has the logo.
Yeah.
So this is the Clayton Crane variant, signed by him. Raven the Bull 28.
Signed in green.
Signed in green. Really? Okay. What am I looking at?
You got
a 9.6. Okay. Ooh, I was hoping for the chop.
Yeah.
But that's okay. All right.
That's right in the middle.
Yeah. So he signed it in green right there. This is going to be awesome. This is going to be part of the collection for the Raven and Bull. So the funny story about this book came out almost a year and a half ago, right? This is when you stopped buying. Like you went on a spending freeze.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden this book popped and he's like, oh, will you look at this? I'm like, oh
yeah, because this is my, like you always say, if money wasn't an option, you can get 1 book.
Yeah.
That's mine.
All right. So I'm on the table with a 9.6.
All right. So this is the first Virgin.
Okay.
We're not quite sure who it belongs to.
All right.
I guess best case scenario is they're both the same grade.
You hope and pray.
I don't think that's gonna happen. So this is Virgin. You got it in blue. I think that looks nice.
That looks nice right there.
And
okay.
it is
9.8. There we
yeah,
go.
baby. That's mine. That's mine. You don't correct it. So that's the Virgin. I freaking love this cover.
Yeah.
Absolutely love this cover. I'm glad I submitted it.
Right. What color did you do that one in?
Blue.
All right. Up on top. All right. So now this one's mine. I guess.
So this one's pink. So here's what we have to do. So now, if they're the same, what color you want? Blue? You want pink? We draw straws for it?
Really? All right.
I want the pink one now.
All right. So here we go. Now listen, in the live chat right now, say yay or nay. Do you guys think we're going to get 2 9.8s out of this? Let's see what everybody's saying. Just got my Captain Britain back. Flying Brian's in the house. What's up, man? Dude, I have 2 Captain Britain, so stay tuned.
Okay.
Signature Series times 2.
Beautiful. I love this.
All right. All right. Flying Brian, shout out to you. So, all right, here we go. We're looking at right now. We got 2 yays in the house, so people are rooting for us. People are rooting for us.
I thought people rooted for me to be disappointed.
Yes, the Asian says yes. Passport says have faith. Talk to me, Goose. What do we got?
Yeah!
There we go! Karate chop!
Another 9.8.
All right. So,
whoo, that made things easier.
So
I don't think we thought that one
we
through.
definitely didn't think this one through. And it was funny because we were talking about this, and I was giving him Justin. I'm like, Justin, we don't know what books are whose, and he's like, dude, I don't give a shit. He goes, figure it out. So awesome. Now, do you want the pink or do you want the blue?
I want the pink.
All right, switch. There we go.
All right.
Swap.
As long as you're okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
I
No
got
problem.
2 9.8s.
You got 2 9.
Oh my god! I'm dropping the mic. I'm not opening anything else.
That's it. You're done. You're done. You're done. So all right.
Keep it going.
Yeah. So let's keep it going. So now some more books that I have.
These are mine. These are the
This
ones.
is your books.
These are my books. This is.
Well, you are testing fate. Right
Yes,
now.
I am.
Well, can I show off my Clayton Crane ones since I pulled mine out of the?
You're on the show too. We're just a little excited.
No, it's completely fine. So I will pull. Let me throw my back off to me. So I had a Carnage number 2. It was a 1 in 25 variant. This is of course done by Clayton Crane.
Yeah. You got a little bit of the Everettitis.
Yeah, I know. It's hey, I'm telling you, try to say that's 5 times.
Very
fast. So yeah, I mean it's a 1 in 25 variant. That is an amazing. That's the cover right there.
Oh, that's nice.
All right, now you haven't looked. Clearly, you haven't looked. You got this.
And we are at
The 9.
Yeah.
9.8. Hello.
Nice.
That's really good. On purple. I'm really excited. That's just it's badass. It's very badass. And then let me grab my second book.
Guess the way to do it is submit my books with you guys.
Hey, well, you get the luck of me, so.
Yeah, that's really. Or you know,
And this one I'm super excited for. So this one is a Justice League Dark #5 because he was doing all the variants for that.
Yes.
So
I love that cover right there.
dude, I am so. This is like so cool. This is also Crane. This was just a regular like B cover that DC put out. So it's got Swamp Thing, Man Bat, Detective Chimp, Wonder Woman, and Zatanna. And we are looking at. We're gonna put this back and
another one.
All right. 9.8.
Oh, I'm screwed.
Oh, come on, man. We all got 9.8, so we should all be happy. That's so good. So that's my 2 books from Clayton Crane, TERRIFICON.
Nice.
Okay.
All right. So
these are not signature series.
They're not signature series. What's the story? Because every book has a story.
They're just they were a set that I bought pre-ordered from, I think it was Unknown, and it's the Mark Brooks, right? Justin.
Oh yes, they are. Yeah, they were the Unknown. They were the Black Cat, Carnage, Venom, and Anti-Venom.
Carnage, Venom, and Anti-Venom taking over Black Cat. And each cover, I believe they're all versions.
Yes.
I did not have anything signed, but I did want them. I think these books are really nice, and I wanted to have them graded. So once again, there are 3 books that I got from a pre-sale. They were bagged and boarded. Went into my short box until I brought them to TERRIFICON. So, of course, I want a 9.8, but ultimately, I think what would make me happier than having you show me a 9.8 is if all 3 were linear.
Really?
That is not going to happen. So let's
you
go.
Never know what's going to happen.
Let's go. First one you got was Carnage.
Yeah. So this is the Black Cat #2. This is I don't know. Guys, how's the volume? Is our volume all right? I'm kind of
you're good on the volume. Just the picture, you just All
right, so this is Black Cat #2. We got it right here. It's got a dope bit rack cover too. You got to show it off. And Roger, you're looking at a 9.6. All right. So let's show that off right there.
9.2.
All right, there we go.
Of course, the other 2
they're so good. I actually just picked up one at New York Comic Con. I picked up the Venom one. Oh wow, I didn't even realize that's on the back.
Yeah, that's killer.
Wow.
Brooks did that.
Yeah. You know what? First time I saw it because it was bagged and boarded.
Did we read it over there? Look at the surprise.
That is unbelievable.
Okay.
And Mark Brooks is at New York Comic Con. I may bring mine to get signed tomorrow. To be honest.
All right. Now we got the Black Cat with the Anti-Venom.
All right. Yeah. Anti-Venom is next. Black Cat with Anti-Venom. Same thing. So for the first time, I'm not rooting for a 9.8.
All right. Oh, the worm has turned. The worm has turned. Okay. So Roger is looking at, for this book now, he's looking at 9.6.
Yeah.
9.6.
Right. Oh, they got the same thing on the back. That's pretty badass.
All right.
Those are really nice books.
The backs. You almost got to display the backs.
Yeah.
That is killer.
All right. Well,
here
we go.
You ready
disappointment.
You're ready for your 9.8?
Our audience needs the disappointment in my face.
Tell us about your disappointment, Roger.
No, I'm done.
I'm done. We've all seen it.
I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do what we talked about. I think I'm gonna do a live video where I crack the Teen Titans 12.
Yep.
Put it into a box and seal it to mail it to CGC.
Right.
And then see what it comes back as.
Okay.
Just so I can show them hosed me.
All right.
All right. So this is Black Cat with Venom.
Yep.
Overtaking her.
All right. So in a perfect world,
it's a 9.6, of
course. 9.6.
It's gonna be a 9.4, right? No way! Yeah. Linear, baby. I'll take it all day.
So 3 books, all 9.6s. The backs are killer.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
I mean, that's unbelievable. So
here,
there we go. Let's come out of the back. These are displayed. Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Man, that's really nice.
That is linear, dude. And then flip them over. Yeah. Right. Wow.
I may have to go to Unknown tomorrow and pick the other 2 up now and have them graded.
You know what?
There's 2 more of these, Justin?
I actually just picked up the Venom one yesterday at New York Comic Con because Unknown Comics had them.
You know what? Out of all things, as much as we joke around, I don't get 9.8s. To get these linear like that is definitely much better than getting 1 9.8.
Yeah, I think so.
I called up our girl Brittany at CGC, and I said, just do this.
Give this guy a bone.
Don't give this guy.
I saw her yesterday. I was actually talking to her.
You did? Okay.
Yes, she helped me out with something in the morning. So not like that, but
right. Nice. Shout out to Brittany McManus. She runs the CGC.
All right, Justin, you got more books to show?
No, I showed off my CGC. I showed off my New York Comic Con.
Okay.
I think that's it for me too, right? These are just
I'm good.
Yep. All right. So now, Swaggernaut, what's up, man? Thank you for joining us. Matthew Forge is still with us. Discovery Bay, David Cave, Amazing Asian, all hanging with us, man. This has been a great show so far, man. We've only been on for, I don't even know how long we've been going. We go 31 minutes.
I got,
we got some good stuff.
2 9/8 and 3 linear books.
Yeah, that's going to
My
be awesome
Lord.
displayed. If you had those all on display.
Yeah.
So this book, I believe, is a signature series. This book, because every book has a story. This is either my first Shang-Chi, which I bought raw. Now, I do want to say something. When I was at the comic swap, and shout out to everybody who came to the last swap, I forgot who it was, but somebody said, hey, listen, Otto, give us an idea of what you're paying for these books raw, then submitting them and give us an idea, because I'm definitely that guy who is hunting for raw books that I think with the press can come back in a good grade. So that's what I've been doing. And I will absolutely, if I can remember what I paid for it, I'll be honest with you, I'll tell you. So once Roger tells me what this book is.
This is Master of Kung Fu.
Okay. This is, yes.
Signed by
Jim Starlin. Al Milgrom. Yes, Al Milgrom and Jim Starlin. Okay. So this is a book. This book was pressed. I honestly think that I didn't pay more than $100 for this. I might have paid 80, so maybe anywhere 60 to 80 raw. I'll tell you what I'm disappointed with. I'm disappointed with anything under a 7.0. 8.5, I'm ecstatic. 7.5, I'm pleased. I like the 7.5 number, especially because this book was raw. It was signed twice at TERRIFICON. So Roger, I'm looking for a 7.5. What am I looking at?
7.5.
7.5 on the button, baby. All right, look at that eye for Otto. Old man Otto. Old man Otto in his glasses picked out a good one right there, okay? So another hot book that we've been talking about. Of course, T-Row has been talking about this. He owns them all, all the way up. Let me take a look. Yep. So Al Milgrom actually signed the bottom of it. Starlin signed it. Starlin's signature isn't what it used to be because his hand got blown up. But Al Milgrom signed the bottom of it. And if I could have, I would have had Steve Englehart sign it and Roy Thomas. But Roy Thomas is no longer doing TERRIFICON. And who was the other guy who just said? Roy Thomas is not doing it, and Steve Englehart was not there also. Steve Englehart will be at Baltimore. I am not going to crack this and have Englehart. It's just too much work, okay? Too much work. So, man, this book is nice. Yellow label, 2 SIGs, Master of Kung Fu. The book is only heating up, especially if you're watching Noise in the Long Box. So I'm excited. So now, this is my X-Men 101, Roger? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, okay. This book I probably paid about 100, maybe a little bit more than 100. No, but I will tell you this. I bought this book years and years ago when I was a kid. Because I'm saying years and years ago because I'm an old man. But this book I bought, and I probably paid anywhere between 80 and $100, which was a lot of money at the time. When I got it, it was, the Phoenix, very iconic cover. So I had it. I had it pressed. I have one that's an 8.5 that I bought. So I went out and I bought this one, like I said, years ago. I had it cleaned up by Erod. He took care of it. I had Chris Claremont sign it. I'm thinking this book is a 6.5. This book is for the personal collection because I bought it, like I said, as a kid. I'm not going to let it go. It's Claremont. I get to talk to him. 6.5. Anything over 6.5, I'm happy. You know what? I'm just happy that I have this book signed. So what am I getting, Raj? An 8.0! Yeah, baby! I will take a book. I'll take it.
Wow, that's really good, man.
That was in my
guesses. No way. All right, man. Hot damn. All right. And my blue label is an 8.0, 8.5. So, yeah, Erod worked the hell out of this. He cleaned it up, especially with the white back. So,
nice. Nice job.
Really happy to have that book, man. I mean, this is a good book, especially because I'm a Phoenix fan. I've got it in the collection. I've got a bunch of different Phoenix little statues that I've been getting. So 8.0, man. I knew, you know what it is? It's this book that has, this book has got the cut right here. It's not spine roll. It just looks different. You know what it is? I've got this little color break right there, here in that corner.
Yeah.
There's a little color break that killed it, but 8.5, 8.0, man. Very happy. And especially the fact that I did talk to Chris, not when he signed this because they did the private signings, So now we're getting into the big books. These are all moderns. These are fun books. Not highly valuable. So like I said, dollar value. I didn't pay a lot for it. So as Roger breaks the books out, I'll tell you what I think they are and what history is behind it. Because like I said, Justin, we all know every book has a story. So what am I looking at, Raj? What's the first one?
Spectacular Spider-Man 64, First Cloak and Dagger.
Yes, First Cloak and Dagger. This book, I bought by Barry Gary at the first 3 Men in the Basement swap. Had it pressed, paid under $100 for it, maybe 60 to 75 bucks. So I'm probably into it for 100 with the grading and everything like that. Like a 7.5. 7.5. It's gonna go for the PC. You know, I've been getting all these books. I'm a huge Cloak and Dagger fan. I bought this stuff off the rack when I was a kid. I read it. Cloak and Dagger's show is phenomenal. You love it. I love it.
I love it.
I'm not as caught up as you are, but now especially since they're going on to the Runaways. So, yeah, let's see. 7.5, 8.0. What am I getting?
A 9.2.
Whoa. Wasn't expecting that. That is huge. That is awesome. All right, man. I'm telling you, my eyes aren't as good as they used to be, man. I was better at this. 9.2 white pages. Wow. Cloak and Dagger was big when I was a kid, especially because of their story during the drug epidemic of the 80s and stuff like that. So 9.2, anything to have like that. Yeah, wow, 9.2, man. That was not what I was expecting, but shout out to Barry Gary. He's giving the best deals around.
For sale?
No, not for sale. Not for sale. Like I said, these books are fun books for my personal collection. You know what? At a 9.2, I don't need a high. I don't need a 9.8 in this. I don't need a 9.6. I'm happy that it's a 9.2, man. I didn't expect that. Shout out to Erod, who pressed the hell out of these books.
All right, so now we have a Spider-Man Noir.
Yes, okay. So this book is part of my Into the Spider-Man. Yes. This book, I need it to be a 9.8. If it's not a 9.8, it's being sold. I've got. I'm sorry, I'm being a snob if I say it like a snob, but it's modern. I'm sorry, but it's a modern book. I'm trying to get all those Into the Spider-Verse characters out of 9.8 because like I said before, I only think Into the Spider-Verse is growing and to get bigger, especially since they're going to do more movies. So it's a black cover. I had it for a little bit longer than I wanted to, so it's been handled. It's been handled by the Hillman House.
Hillmanized.
So I don't actually think I pressed this book. I think I just sent it in. So by the graces, am I throwing a karate chop or am I disappointed? I'm disappointed.
9.6.
9.6. All right. I'll have to see it, you know, but
if they would have just given the two over there.
Yeah. So black cover. Maybe I'll keep it. I don't know. But this is a cool cover, black cover. Black covers are really hard to get in 9.8s. So
HDF.
Yeah, HDF. So we'll see. And you know what? Maybe I'll see the difference between a 9.8 and a 9.6. I'll look it up, and if it's significant, I'll sit with it on it. Or if not, I'll sell it and put that money towards a 9.8. But you know, I am linear, so the other books are I'm trying to get right there. So we got some people coming back. We've got Amazing Asian, Stay Puff, having a good time. You know what? I knew this was going to come back in 9.6 because of the whatchamacallit. All right, so this is a book that I've owned dozens of copies. Not dozens of. I've probably owned half a dozen copies of. Bought this book off the rack. I've talked about Lobo at length. This book had a couple non-breaking color marks. This book is for the PC. If it's an 8.5, I'm happy. And I think that's about where it was. So what am I looking at, Raj?
9.4.
All right. Nice. I have been off on all my estimates so far. So first Lobo, first Omega Men. You know, this is when it first came out. I was buying this. This is when DC was going through a different time. They were trying to introduce their space characters. Lobo came on board with his partner. He ripped the wings off one of the Omega Men. It was just really violent. He was just a really violent character. Krypton, I haven't seen those episodes of you.
Yeah, I'm not up to date, but yeah.
Right. Was it a good version of Lobo?
Yeah, he's a good character.
Good version of Lobo, right. So I'm a fan of Lobo. So yeah. All right. So yep, 9.4. Keep moving along. I think I might only have 2 books left.
2 books left. First one is Transformers #5.
Yes, Transformers #5. One of my favorite books of my collection. Love this character. Shout out to my boy Nemesis Prime who gave me this Shockwave to go with this G1 Shockwave. So we got a lot of Shockwaves in the house. Now that this little set that I've been building is going to be complete for my display, I've got 2 versions of Shockwave. The Don't know what to think on this book. Again, it's for the PC. I don't want to drop this. But, you know, Raj, if this book is an 8.5, I'm happy. So what do I get? 9.4 again, man. All right.
Sheesh.
Jeez, all right. 9.4 Shockwave. This is just a great cover. Shockwave's on the cover. Transformers are all dead. The smoking gun. Just really cool. So when I get it all set up in the grotto, I'll show it to you guys. But lately I'm all about the comics and the figs. So, yeah, cool book. Now, the next book is a spec book. It is Fantastic Four, the first appearance of Terrix. Terrix the Terrible. I have 3 or 4 copies of this. My one that I bought when I was a kid. Bought a couple at a show. Picked the best copy. This is for the PC. I'm a huge Heralds fan, Heralds of Galactus. So I definitely want to have this. Obviously, I won't have it linear with all the other Heralds because obviously if this book comes back in 9.2 or anything like that, I can't afford the FF book to go with it. So 8.5. What am I thinking? I'm an 8.5 guy today.
9.0.
9.0. All right. Terrix the Tamer. Okay. So there's this book. I was thinking that he was going to be the Herald when they show Galactus, but everybody's thinking other things. So 9.0. This is a great story. You know, this is Marv Wolfman did the story. John Byrne and Joe Sinnott did the cover. So you got some Marvel greatness right here. John Byrne, Joe Sinnott, and Marv Wolfman right there. So those are all our books, man.
They had them all signed at TERRIFICON.
Yeah, I probably could have, John Byrne. But yeah, so those are all the books that we had. We've been sitting on these books for a while. Yeah. I can't wait to ogle over these later. Check them out and go through them. And yeah, just really, really cool books. So now that these books are done, right, Justin, we have more books for submission.
Got so much going on.
All right. So the next thing, moving on to the next thing that the 3 Men in the Basement have going on, we have Baltimore Comic Con. Okay. So first time that I've ever been to this show. I've got huge hopes for it.
Yeah.
All right.
I heard good things about it.
Heard good things about it. Barry Gary says if you like TERRIFICON, you're going to love Baltimore. I hope so. Justin, you've been to it before. Tell us a little bit about it from your opinion.
It's similar to TERRIFICON in that it's a comic-oriented show. It's not like New York where it's all about the media and movies. I mean, it is just strictly artist, writer, comic show. Granted, I haven't been there since 2015. I went 2014 and 2015. It's a great time. And of course, our biggest reason for going is CGC on-site grading. And that is the main thing we are looking at.
Yes. So last year, I got very lucky with CGC on-site grading. I had my Secret Wars 8 and my ASM 252 both come back 9.8s. I'm a huge fan of this because I think they missed stuff. Yeah. How can you possibly... Now, from what I understand, for on-site grading, they transport all their equipment up to the hotel. The encapsulating, the printing, the cases, and all that stuff. So they're sitting in some hotel somewhere, and they're getting all these books, and they have X number of employees, and they're like, okay, boom, okay, boom, right? It's just an assembly line. So with that, though, comes some pretty heavy fees. And I looked at one from a few years ago, which I thought was expensive. And then Justin was like, no, dumbass. You looked at the one from 2015. This is the real one. So with on-site grading, you show up on Friday, Justin, right?
Yeah.
You leave Friday with your books. Right?
And yeah, I mean, it's definitely, you literally drop, that's like, normally at any con, people run to go and drop, try to get exclusive comics or exclusive toys, Funko Pops. Baltimore Comic Con, the first thing that everybody runs to do is drop off their on-site grading books on Friday to make sure that they're guaranteed back by Sunday the latest. I mean, I've seen sometimes where people get them back on Saturday, and you want to make sure, or Sunday the latest. So the earlier you get them in, the earlier you get them back. I've seen dealers drop them off on Friday, and I've seen CGC actually walk their books over to their booth. Yeah, on like a Saturday.
Right. So are we running over when we get there? Because we're going on Friday.
Yes, we are absolutely. That is the first thing that we're doing. There's nothing else that matters. So
we are running. So I'm running block, and we've got to run like it's like concert season. I'm going towards the front row, and you're behind me. Or
absolutely.
I'm offensive line, and you're coming in hot. So, but with those prices, though, it does stem to think though. I've really got to consider what Oh, you know what? I didn't get the. Oh, that didn't come. So, guys, I want to stop right now, real quick. I thought I was getting the Captain Britain books. I have 2 of them. Those are in the mail. Those didn't come today. All right, so that's what I was thinking. So I don't have those books. So those books are shipped. They're probably going to come tomorrow. So I have 2 Captain Britons, the first appearance in the UK books. Those are coming in. So hold tight on those. So getting back to Baltimore, we're running point. We're going in. We're bringing this stuff. Now I had like 20 books that I was going to send in. And when you're looking at those prices, I mean, I was a little bit taken back by it. So, I had like 6 or 7 economies. That's a little bit pricey. The rest were all the moderns at 35. So I really got to thin it out. So I think in my head, in my sick, twisted mind, I'm going to do 4 of the economies, and I'm going to try to get like maybe 5 or 6 of the moderns.
I'm not remembering if you just mail it in, what's the economy price?
It's like 40.
Yeah, the modern's 25.
25, right? So
yeah,
the books that I'm not going to submit for on-site, I'm going to then send in for regular grading.
Okay.
Right. And at that point, Justin, we're probably looking at Christmas, right?
Yeah. I mean, we could definitely get them back by then. I mean, the difference in the books, moderns normally is $20.
Yeah.
So typically, so you're paying an extra $15. So you figure that's like shipping there, shipping back, and some of the fees or whatever. Normally the values are 27. Well, they don't do the values. Economy is actually normally 38. So you're paying an extra $12.
Yeah, but you think about
20, 22.
Ship back to you.
Yeah, that's what it is. You're literally going to get them in 3 days.
I just had, like all that stuff that I just had from TERRIFICON, this signature. I paid a lot in shipping, which you know what I mean, but it's worth it. So
yeah, it definitely adds up. I mean, and especially if let's say you're doing some modern books that you're looking to flip real quick.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the way to do it because, you can have a hot variant that comes out a week before, and you're just like ready to just send it in, and boom, there it is.
Right.
You're like one of the first people that have it graded.
Right. So I will be honest with you. I have 2 X-Men 9s. The first time the Avengers met the X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
One is a nice grade book that I'm going to keep for my PC. The other one I picked up from, shout out to Art at the Eye Opener, for a good price. And if that book comes back at a fair grade, it might pay for this submitting. So that's how I'm justifying you guys. So when we talk about how, and this is for all the collectors out there, whether it's seasoned collectors or newer collectors, which is something that we talked about on Lords of the Long Box, like how are we doing it? Like, so I work a part-time job. We all work hard. So my part-time job helps pay for this, but of course, 3 kids in sports, you never know. So I find myself buying stuff now, and I'm buying it and I'm using it to pay for other things. So if I can find something at a good price, make an investment, turn around and pay for it with something else, I definitely feel like that's the way to go, right? Sure. You kind of have, that's how the business pays for itself. So that's something that I've been doing. And that's something that maybe you guys would consider for all those new collectors out there. Shout out to all you guys who are just starting up and getting into the game and just figuring out what you want. And that's something we're going to talk about in a little while. So now, Justin, you've got a BA-12, right? Talk about that.
Yeah, so I had a Batman Adventures 12. It was a 9.4. It was unpressed. I bought it years ago at one of our local shows in Clifton, and I just graded it. This was years before I knew about grading, pressing and cleaning and everything. So I had my presser, the comic book presser, crack it. He pressed out. He sent me some pictures of the before and after. It's definitely an upgrade. Of course, I'd be happy with a 9.6. And I would be ecstatic if it was a 9.8. So it's definitely worth, to me, it was definitely worth it to crack it and press it and send it in again. Yes, I'm paying double for the grading, but you know what? At the end of the day, I'm basically with the return of a 9.4 to a 9.6 or even a 9.4 to 9.8.
What if it comes back a 9.2?
Not coming back that coming.
That's it.
No.
I want to give a shout out right now to one of our Newington people. Shout out to Jake Perez, aka Chewy Perez.
What's up, Chewy?
Just jumped on today. Shout out to Chewy for jumping on with us. Big fan. Younger collector getting into it, superhero fan and stuff like that. So we like when the young bucks step up and say, "Hey, we watch your show. We like what you're saying. Are you going live?" So shout out to Chewy Perez. Keep doing what you're doing, buddy. Having a good time with that football. So shout out to you, man. Yes. So I agree with that, Justin. I think that's huge. And even for your time, your money, and if it comes back in 9698, you are still above what your You know what I mean? So you're in, you're still flush, as we like to call it in gambling terms. You know what I mean? You're still flush. So yeah. But I am going to do 2 sets of grading now. And I do want to talk about something that Roger and I came up with at the swap. Can you grab the in the backpack right there is the envelope for the stuff that I got from Marvel. So you guys, sometimes I just fall into good luck. And I had a bit of good luck about a month ago, and it really stems from it doesn't hurt to be nice to people, right? And I honestly believe that. Whether you're an artist, whether you're a fan, whether you're, just a regular person, it doesn't hurt to be nice to people. And I find that, at my age where I go with stuff, it's not in there? No. All right, hold on one sec. Justin, you got to hold the show. Let me look.
Oh, man, I got to take over? All right, well, it's on me. So, I mean, I could show off some stuff that I just got, actually. I actually just got this from Comic Sketch Art in the mail. This was the Catwoman 14 foil. So now I actually completely have all the foils that Art Germ did through 1 through 15. I think there's only about 7 of them, but this actually completes the set. So if you guys saw before, I showed off the 17 that I pulled from New York Comic Con. And getting back to Baltimore. I mean, of course, if you guys know Comic Core, they are actually going to have a booth there. I'm really excited to meet up all with those guys. And, me and Otto are representing the Lords of the Long Box and 3 Men in the Basement. It's a great show. Like I said, I was actually just looking at the guest list. My main person that I'm getting stuff signed is Adam Hughes. I have a lot of books for him, some variants for him, as well as regular covers. I do have a Catwoman 51 that's going to get signed and graded by him. So that's something to look out for because I already have one in my collection, but definitely will have another one that's going to be sold. So what else? I think there's a lot of good people. I want to pull this down. This is a very rare Spider-Gwen variant, if you guys know about this. And the artist, Ji Hong Lee, he's actually going to be at Baltimore Comic Con, and I am highly consider cracking this and having him sign it because it's a very rare that he's here in America. So him doing a show is going to be extremely worth it. So
awesome. So I did find what I was looking for. Thank you very much for holding down the show. So I met somebody who used to work at Marvel Comics, and it was really unique how I started talking to this person. And she told me what she did. She was in charge of all the contests in the 90s. So I did a quick YouTube video I did a quick Instagram video on it, but let me just show you what I got. So this is the business analysis from 1993. This was Marvel property, and it's all thumbed, and I'm not doing it justice, but this is all stuff that Marvel would give to their employees in the 90s. And it talks about sales data. It's got drawings. It's got stats, where sales are going. Image was, pretty hot at the time. It talked about family books, just stuff that would have gotten thrown out when they moved their office. She also gave me this. This was called Sales to Astonish. And this is just more sales data of Marvel stuff from the 90s. But what she really gave me, which was really neat, was she gave me this old Marvel envelope, which is what people used to send stuff out, obviously, back in the day. But we
still use envelopes.
We still use envelopes, right. But what she did give me was this Marvel letterhead, okay? And I know you can't really see it because of the glare, but it's got the Marvel Entertainment Group right here, the office number, and this cool Spider-Man drawing. Now, I took some of these and I gave them to some friends. I do have a few of them. But Roger or Pat came up with a great idea.
I had a genius idea, what I'm going to do at Baltimore. And everybody's eyes lit up, and I'm like, now it's going to get done before I have a chance to do it.
Yes, exactly. So what was your idea?
I said this piece of paper would be fantastic to go around to different artists and have them do a head sketch of something like, I'm going to have like the Sinister Six done. Right. And have all 6 people, an artist do a head sketch and try to hit up 6 artists and put all 6 of the sketches on that one piece of paper, right, with the letterhead and the Spider-Man in the corner.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah,
I think it's a great idea. I might do the same thing. I might do maybe some all villains, all Spidey villains. Maybe hit up like artists I'm thinking about for this, or like Bob McLeod. Artists who will do a head sketch for not a lot of money, but just make it unique. And I think
think about that.
Yeah,
you get your sketches all on this paper,
right,
with the Spider-Man and the letterhead. That's pretty cool.
That is,
and
really
you frame
cool.
that.
Yep. Absolutely. We're all about the displays. So,
yeah.
I mean, I would even get like a lot of the the Spider-Man, like let's just say you go to Baltimore and you get a lot of the Spider-Man artists and writers, I would just have that graded. I mean, you can have that graded without a doubt because it's almost similar to like a sketch. So they will grade that.
Oh, you can grade anything, right?
Oh, I mean, CGC grades posters like rock concert posters now. So
I'll get off-white page.
Yeah,
Off-white
page. Off-white page. Yeah. So that was something that Roger came up with. I am going to jump on this. Maybe not quite do the Sinister Six, although that is pretty cool. Maybe just do like an all villains or all different versions of Spider-Man.
Carnage,
Venom, Anti-Venom, Peter Porker, that kind of thing.
He's not a villain.
Well, yeah, I'm saying, but
that's what you should do.
Or different versions of Spider-Man.
Yeah, you should do Spider-Verse.
Yes, exactly. Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one for you.
Up there.
That's a good one for you because you love that. You love that Spider-Verse.
Absolutely. So that's stuff that we're going to do. Really neat. So what I do want to talk about is collecting, and I'm only going to spend 5 or 10 minutes on this. We all have different types of collections, and this is something that somebody brought up about for new collectors. Like when I was a kid in the 80s, I wanted to buy everything. I bought all the Avengers. I bought everything that came out. Now, I'm holding my collection down to, certain books, certain covers that I like, certain artists. I've been buying a lot more figures and statues. I find myself like hitting up on Instagram, Doug, that Bat Metal. He sells tons of figures. Now I'm buying loose figures, and I've got like 40 loose, figures that I don't need.
When you love collecting. Yeah. It's always like, okay, now what can I collect?
Yes, right. So it's how you personalize your collection for what you want to do with it. And that's what I'm doing right now. Like I'm very fortunate. My favorite book of all time is the X-Men run. So I have 1 to 300. Very fortunate I have all that. I'm working on Daredevil now, 1 to 200. FF 1 to maybe 300. 1 is beyond of reach. Spider-Man I'm taking my time with. But those are things that I'm doing. But I'm finding myself buying a lot more figures and statues. I really like the Diamond Selects. I do have 2 of the. I have the Wolverine and Hulk. I have the other Wolverine, but those are big. I don't have a lot of room in a grotto. So you were just talking about a statue that might fit your collection, right? So tell us a little bit about your collection, how it's evolved. We're not going to spend much time on this, but
comic book collection.
Yeah, like how your collection is individual to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I guess it's less about what the books are worth or whatever, but more like right off the bat, I started collecting the hip hop variants.
Right.
I have over 100 of them. And then I mean, my favorite book, is Amazing Spider-Man 300. I found that all these books of cover swipes, and I started collecting those, and it became a thing. And if I can get a deal on a grail or something that's a lot of money to spend, I'll jump on it. But now it's more about, this would be pretty cool to have in the collection, and that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Nice.
When you don't have a lot of money to spend, you collect what you can.
You collect what you can. Right now, you just started collecting something else.
Yes, watches.
Watches.
I joined a watch. What's called Watch Gang. It's like they take money out of my PayPal, and then every month I get a new watch.
You need to start collecting something else.
Well, it's like you said, man. It's just the next thing. You're like, okay, well, I'm collecting this. I'm kind of hit my stride. I know what I'm looking for. What else can I collect?
Right. Now, Justin, a.k.a. the Variant Whore, we can say that he's a variant collector, but, man, I'll tell you, according to your 3-part video, you're a sketch guy too, man.
Yeah, you're a sketch guy.
Yeah, super sketch guy.
Talk a little bit about your collection, just to get everybody an idea.
Actually, before we get into that, Matt Forge actually has a question for us. He says, why do you guys prefer third-party pressing over CGC, CCS, price, quality, or both? I mean, I'll touch on it first because I've definitely had some experience with that. With CCS, I don't know if you guys have, but so I had a book. I'm trying to think what it was. Oh, last year, New York Comic Con, I had books signed by J. Scott Campbell. I needed to press at least 2 of them, but of course, to get it all done together, I had to press all 3. So I had J. Scott Campbell sign them October of last year. They went to CCS. They probably got to CCS not until like December. And then it was like another month. I didn't get my books back until, I think Dave in the Cave will kind of throw it out there. I think it was like March of this year, if I'm not mistaken. So the turnaround time is absolutely disgusting at CCS. The only way that you actually will get books back quicker is if they're worth more. So that was the second time I did it. The first time I did it was when I cracked a 9.8 CBCS Edge of Spider-Verse 2 Greg Land variant.
Yeah.
I cracked it. I had Greg Land actually sign the book at a show in New Jersey, and because I was so scared that it was going to probably come back a lower grade, I had CCS sign it. But what I did was I valued it at a very high dollar amount, so I paid more for the pressing and the quicker turnaround, and then it ended up coming back a 9.6 anyway. So it actually dropped the grade from CBCS to CGC. So that's my response as far as doing CCS. That's why I actually work with, like I said, the comic book presser. I rather work with someone who, you know, Dave and the Cave will tell you, I like working with him because he tells you, he'll send you the before, the afters.
Yes.
He even tells you, you know, what he feels like this could be a grade bump too. So that's my 2 cents on grading. What about you guys?
Yeah, I think that I want to see before and after.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, I sent one book and I can't remember what it was, and I paid for it at CGC, and I got it back. I'm like, I don't know if they did anything to it.
Correct.
How do I know they did anything to it? I don't see when I send them to somebody that is a third party, I get pictures from them. This is what it looked like. This is what it looks like now. All right, you just bumped that thing up a grade, maybe a grade and a half. I know it was worth what I paid.
Yep. For me, it's that too. I can see the work being done and also the conversation that I'm having. Because if I'm not realistic with what my book is, then the person is like, hey, man, we're somewhere in between on this. You know what I mean? Is it worth it? Like one book I sent to Erod. He's like, man, this book's got heavy foxing. And I'm like, all right, well, let's not do it then. You know what I mean? I'll save your time, save my money, and that's it. And for the amount of money, I think it's good. I've never been burned by anybody. I mean, Ryan, Darkside Jedi used to do it. Chris Shaver was a great presser. Erod, I've been sending stuff to because he's in Staten Island, and it's real close, and he's got a good turnaround time. I'm getting books back from him. I've never used a comic book presser, but I've seen the stuff that he's done, especially with Pat and you guys. So with the CC, it's just, there's no personalization when you do it. And I think you want to see the before and the after.
Yeah,
because
you want to see if they actually
page.
did something too.
Yeah.
You know, did you actually make the book look better?
Right. And I did have Rocket Comics press a few of my books, and I got great results from them too. So, right. And with Rocket Comics, though, everybody believed in them, so I didn't really have to be like, okay, do I trust those guys? They came with such a high, street credibility that it was well worth it. So yeah, so that's why I use individual pressers. And again, this is a trusting community, and I've never gotten burned one bit. Like
absolutely.
Right. I've heard books get take months and months and months. And listen, man, I don't have months and months and months. I mean, I do, but good Lord willing. But I want the gratification. I want to see it. I want it to come back. That's why my Hulk, my 9.2. If I were ever to get that, regraded by CGC, or I would literally hand that book to Brittany McManus. I would say, here, this is it. She would then give it to their clean. She would then hand deliver it and walk me through the whole process, so I know where that book is going. But I just don't would ever bring that book and be like, here, do with it what you will. It's worth too much to me. It's too valuable with my collection. So I hope that answers everybody's questions. I think that was Matt Ford that asked that question.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So Matt, I hope that answers your question in a roundabout way. So let's talk about Mr. Sketchman.
So it's actually funny that as you were talking, I uploaded 2 of the pictures that I just got sketches done at New York Comic Con. So yeah, like I said, like you guys said, I'm definitely a big sketch guy. If you guys have seen, I did a 3-part sketch video of all my current CGC sketches that I have in my collection. I do have other sketches that are not graded. I have some stuff that's just done on like pieces of paper. But for New York Comic Con 2019, 2 out of 4 of the books I'm going to show off right now. The first one was done by Ben Harvey. Killer. Unbelievably killer right there.
Such a nice sketch that when you sent us to that,
I thought it was real.
I thought it was just a cover, like a variant cover. I did not realize that this was a sketch when you sent us the picture of it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get villains. I usually get all like the different girl characters, Harley, Poison Ivy. Yeah. But this was absolutely gorgeous. I mean, he did an amazing job. I mean, it's straight up Deathstroke. It's classic Deathstroke. I mean, can you get any better than? Yeah, it definitely looks like a cover. Like you said, I didn't think that I thought you thought it was. Didn't know that was a sketch. So
yeah, that's why I didn't really react. I'm like, oh, that's a cool cover,
Yeah. one, yeah.
Same with the other one. I'm pretty sure you're going to show. I'd say
Yeah. The only one I don't have the one. I'll be picking up one tomorrow. But this one, I mean, so many people have said and asked, "Is this an actual cover?"
I thought that was a cover. I didn't realize it was
No.
a sketch until I saw you take a picture with the guy who sketched it.
Yeah. This is done by Elias Chadzudis. I mean, he absolutely just murdered this. I mean, I actually sent this book to him back in May of this year. I saw him at Washington, D.C.'s Awesome Con, and I had this idea. Me and him were talking about it over email. You know, we came up with a price, and I said, you know, what could you do? How, you know, could you do headshots? Could you do busts? So I absolutely love this. I can't wait to have this graded and displayed. And I'm even thinking now next year I'll probably add, you know, 4 more princesses to another book. So, but yeah, sketch is a big thing. I mean, I was at New York Comic Con on Thursday, and there was a lot of artists that had original art from their pages. I can't afford an original art piece. Like even panels are like anywhere between 350 to 750 to over 1,000. Covers, people want, you know, like $3,000 for covers, $2,500 for a cover. I'm just like, I mean, yes, it's a one of one. You have to realize that it's a one of one thing. But
so your sketch, though, you know.
Yeah, so is a sketch. I mean, because this is, you know, going back to this. This was my idea. He's never done something like this. So I said, these are the characters I want. I said, I want Ariel, I want Elsa, and I want Rapunzel. And then I gave him the choice of either doing Jasmine or Belle from Beauty and the Beast. So he picked it. I'm excited. I was super excited to pick it up. He didn't post anything on Instagram. He didn't send me any messages, which was great. So when I picked it up, I told him flat out, I go, I'm scared, but I'm excited to see this sketch. And when he pulled it out and showed it to me, I just had goosebumps. It was just such an amazing looking sketch.
Yeah. So walk us through. Could you take us? Give us 3 minutes.
Sure.
Walk us through when you decide this, how you send it to him, how it happens for all our people listening. Because I'll be honest with you, dude, this takes a lot of work, and I mean, I wish I had the patience that you did. So tell me about it.
So obviously there's different ways to contact artists. Most artists, if they post it on Facebook or their Instagram or their Twitter, they usually say pre-commissions for X show. Basically what I do is once they post that, I usually DM them. I may comment, I may hit them up on their emails, and, you know, I just ask what's their commission prices. And then once they provide me their commission prices, I will either say, can I send you a book? Which that is always what I do. All these books were sent to these artists at least a month prior, because I want to make sure that when I send these books, they get done, you know, before the show, because you're giving an artist that much more time to work on yours than if you're going to a show, say yesterday at New York Comic Con, and saying, I want that Deathstroke. Ben could have done that Deathstroke this weekend, but you know what? He's rushing. He's obviously dealing with customers throughout the day. He's dealing with other commissions that he may be working on. So it almost feels like a rush.
Okay.
So that's one, you know, obviously the one way is pre-commissions, which is sending them the books, or some people don't want them on a blank, so they'll just get it on by like a 9x12, 11x17, whatever the case may be. And then of course the second way is getting it, you know, dropping off the book on a Thursday, like Dave in the Cave. He dropped off a book to one of a similar artist. Actually, Dave will probably be posting it. He dropped off a book to Ben. He had him pre-done. He did a Poison Ivy, which is hands down better than any of my Poison Ivy, 100%. I mean, I have like 3 Poison Ivy sketches. It's gorgeous. Another one is Ali Garza. He's doing a Starfire. So be on the lookout for Dave in the Cave's Starfire. And he's doing another character for me. And I'm not going to tell you what it is until I get it, so I can post it up.
Right.
And then obviously a third way is like you could drop off books and just say, hey, send it to me when you're done. You don't have to get it graded. You don't have to have it picked up at the show. So those are 3 ways to get sketches done.
So if I do what I'm talking about, I'm trying to get these head sketches on this sheet of paper. I mean, there's no way I could do that ahead of time. I'm going to have to go to these artists at TERRIFICON and say, this is what I want to do. How long would it take you to sketch whatever? Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's something like a head sketch. Like, you know, if you've seen some people just do the boxes, they'll do like 9 boxes on a page. Yeah. So, you know, typically that shouldn't take that long, maybe 2 hours. So if you're there all 3 days, you could bang out maybe, you know, anywhere between 4 or 5 artists. I mean, you may even be able to get all, you know, 9 artists if you have 9 boxes.
Absolutely.
It's all it's really who you're getting with. and how long their commission is list. You know, like if you're trying to get like, I don't know, David Finch or Clayton Crane, you know, they're going to be a lot of people.
But if you've got somebody,
no, and I don't necessarily need any kind of big name. I just somebody who has drawn these characters before.
Like my brother Brett, Power Kid Comics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you get some like Jay Lee, you know, like guys that are busy but aren't real busy. You know what I mean?
Ryan, Very Gary's boy, Ryan Brown. You know, he's got a lot. He's done some show. He's actually going to be at Baltimore. So, you know, like everybody has their different prices, and everybody, you know, something smaller may cost only like $50. Another artist may charge like $100 for like the same exact thing, but it's all based on the artist.
Yeah. Maybe your buddy Billy Tucci, you know what I mean? Like, like that, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like he would do something like that. So that's really, really cool, man. So yeah, good stuff. Absolutely good stuff. So those are all the things we wanted to cover tonight. We're going on like 70 minutes. It's been a great show. We did our CGC unboxing. We showed you what we wanted to do for Baltimore. You got some linear sets.
Yeah, and I didn't think I had a book getting submitted in Baltimore, but Justin reminded me that he's got a book of mine that he had pressed.
Right, so you got
first Tarantula.
Right. So you got some.
Should be the second appearance of the Punisher. It's not a full page in the back, but nobody knows how that works. But
yeah,
I'm looking forward to because that was going to go for one of our other, earlier orders, and Justin noticed it needed a press and a clean, so we held back. So that's good. Yeah, this is a good guy. You know, he's nice. I don't care what you say.
And then I have a book for you that I picked up at New York Comic Con. Unfortunately, it's not close by for me to grab it, but it was the Unknown Comics exclusive from Vampirella. It was a 300 cover swipe, so you know that was sold out online, and I went to Unknown Comics and grabbed you a copy. So you know, in true fashion.
I don't know if you went by Tucci's booth, but he has a New York Comic Con exclusive ASM 300 cover swipe.
Really?
I was able to order that ahead of time.
Okay. All right.
As soon as he posted on Instagram, you know, order these ahead of time. The day they went on sale, I went on his website, bought 2 of them.
Nice. Cool. All right. So let's just wrap it up, man. I mean, it's Friday night. Other people got things to do. I just want to give a shout out to all the other people who jumped in. We got Wolf Blitz. What's up, my boy? David and Kay's been hanging with us the whole time. Danny Lee, Amazing Asian. Did I see Mr. Wonkers up in here too?
Yeah, Wonkers.
Mr. Wonkers is jumping around with us.
Rick Yanni was with us for a little while.
Rick Yanni was in here. Danny Lee's been with us the whole time. Matt Forge, thank you very much for the questions.
Chewy, you got a game in the morning? Go to bed?
Matt Forge, we answered your questions right there, man. This has been a lot of fun. We saw a lot of stuff going on, and this is exactly what this channel is all about. You know, if I could break news to you, I definitely would, but we'll keep that to the Lords. So we're going to wrap it up. Justin, any last words for you, my friend?
Yes, I will be at New York Comic Con tomorrow and Sunday. Again, if you see me tomorrow, I'll be rocking my 3 Men in a Basement shirt. Sunday, I may be switching back and forth between Lords and 3 Men. So anybody in the New York, New Jersey area, it's great meeting everybody, and it's great seeing everybody. I love this community. That's all I got. Thank you for joining us tonight on this Friday night, guys.
Absolutely. Mr. Roger, what do you have to say?
I appreciate it. I mean, it could have turned out, you know, as bad of my experience has been with CGC lately. Today worked out pretty good. I got 2 9/8s.
Yep.
That Crane one with the Justice League is phenomenal. I got a linear set of those. Those are going to be beautiful. I got to find a way to display them so you can see the back.
The back too, absolutely. Right.
So appreciate you guys hanging out with us on this Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to wrap it up too. We are going to be at Baltimore. Please, you guys, check us out. You can't miss us. You know, I'm a 250 pound ball guy now. I'll be wearing either the Lord shirt, a 3 Men in a Basement shirt, or maybe a variant. I'll be with Justin. Please shout us out. I've never been down to that area. I really can't wait. I know my friends at JNS Collectibles will be there. Barry Gary will be there. Don't really have a plan for the show other than the on-site grading, but we are going to try to do a live broadcast a couple times from there. It's going to be a lot of fun. So always check out, you know, my boys Darkside Jedi, who's back better than ever. TiVo, my brother from Lords of the Long Box, he's dropping the Black Knight report constantly. And let me tell you something, we are factually correct with the stuff that we are saying. When we talked about Ambush Bug 3 weeks ago, we thought it was a joke, but now it is coming to truth. It is coming to fruition. So this is credible information that we are giving you guys. And you know what? Keep specking on those books. Of course, it's part of the hunt. It's part of the fun. We've showed off these books. Please comment, share. If you're new to our channel, go to our 900 sub video. Get the thing real quick from from Jude from Geeky Swag Shop. Let's show that off real quick.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I gotta show this off. I'm sorry. So shout out to Geeky Swag Shop.
Stick with us, everyone. We got something pretty awesome to show you.
So we are going to give this away as part of the 900 sub giveaway contest. And I'm going to bite the bullet and pay for the shipping. This is the Drowned statue right here by Diamond Select.
I like that. She's cool.
This is definitely cool. I'm a huge Diamond Select fan. I mean, you know, the other statues I really like, but these are great sizes.
You got to buy that book.
I got to buy that book. Yeah, exactly. That's right. So you're going to get that. So this is going to be part of the giveaway. So add that. So check out the 900 sub giveaway video. If you are a new,
can't claim it, Dave.
Yes. If you are new to the channel, hashtag 3 Men in a Basement. If you are a faithful viewer of our show, hashtag 3MIB. I've got 2 separate giveaways that I'm doing for that. Comment, sub, share, comment, sub, like our videos. We're only getting better. So I'm going to sign off right now. I can't say thank you enough. So on behalf of the Lords of the Long Box, on behalf of 3 Men in a Basement, I am Otto. That is Nemesis Prime. This is Roger, and we are out.
Peace. Go Yankees.